Follow me. Grab your phone so you can pull up the screen. Everything. on mine or the front page? Wonder how mine is. Mine usually gets a bit more. Well, I was just informed that I should probably narrate. We've been live for about 6 minutes now. We are here right in the heart of McArthur, Ohio, our hometown, and also where our headquarters is for Stellar Films Motion Pictures. Hotel McArthur caught fire not too long ago. Supposedly something happened or started on the second floor. We don't really have much intel just yet. But a handful of different fire departments from different towns have been called in. You have Zaleski out here. It looks like Harrison Township. Wellston Fire Department is also out here, as well as Hamden. They have load of the area blocked off. Quite literally from, looks like the library here in McArthur, all the way up to the intersection, both down past J.C. Mullins Car Wash, and also down on the opposite side of the police department there, completely blocked off, and they're redirecting traffic. Unsure exactly how much damage is being done. We don't know the full story or the full extent. They got 2 different hoses up top, as you can tell, pouring in water from top of the building. Not sure if J.C. Mullins Pizza has been affected or not just yet. But it looks like they do have the fire department on standby watching J.C. Mullins down there. I cannot tell for certain, though, from the angle that we are at. There's loads of people, crowds starting to come up here. Got more fire trucks backing in. They're coming around, they're backing in all the way up to here, and they're swapping out. They're pretty much using a water reservoir temporary system, it looks like. To help bring in more water to combat. If you know Dave, that's Dave in the green. Great guy. In case anybody is wondering, we are sitting right underneath the Bud's One Stop gas station here at the Valero. Again, we don't really have a for sure confirmation as to what happened or what caused the fire. All I know is that it somehow started on the second story of the building. And I'm currently, in the current position, I'm unsure if J.C. Mullins Pizza Shop is being affected or not. But white smoke is always a good sign. So hopefully it is starting to go down. Can't really tell from here. But again, it looks like they have these temporary water reservoirs set up. They have trucks coming in and out, dumping water in there to keep fueling all the hoses that are going up onto the towers. And then here in just a moment, once this truck is done offloading, he'll probably take off and go refill and then come back with even more. If we had the full mic set up, yes. And we do have another one coming in just now, it looks like, going around the corner. Do apologize to everybody for the cell phone quality. Unfortunately, I was coming straight from a dentist appointment and we didn't have our full equipment set up for this, but looks like the T6 tower is unloading a bunch of water now. Reminder, everybody, we have no confirmation as to what started the fire. We have a rough idea that it started on the second floor, but that's really all we know in the moment. We are right here on the main intersection here in McArthur, across from the courthouse. It's the old McArthur Hotel that caught fire. Unsure if the J.C. Mullins Pizza Shop is affected or not. I'm sure they're watching. And you can go across from the courthouse. I'm sure they're watching. And you can kind of see right here that we have a I want to say it started maybe an hour ago from my understanding. Second we heard about it, we came from a dentist appointment. So we have multiple townships here. You have Oak Hill, Zaleski, Wellston, McArthur, of course. Jackson County is just now getting here too. I can see one of theirs. You got Jackson County tanker just now coming in loaded full. They're getting ready to dump it to the reservoir. Looks like we have a second fire engine sitting in the intersection as well, getting ready to offload. I can't tell if that's Jackson County as well. Get a wide view on this. You can see it is absolutely filling the area with smoke over there. Thankfully, we're just right outside of where the wind's blowing, so kind of in our favor from where we're at here. Also very glad I can commentate this because half of my face is still numb from coming from the dentist. This is Stellar Films, live here in McArthur at the old McArthur Hotel, sitting at the Valero. Noah White asked how many fire departments are here again. Well, I don't have the exact answer for you, but I can tell you that Jackson, McArthur, Wellston, Oak Hill, Zaleski, and Hamden PD are all here. Harrison Township is sitting right there, so there's another one for you. There is a handful here. And it does look like now you can kind of see it a little bit. It looks like they're heading into J.C. Mullins, a couple of the firefighters there, probably checking to see if anything's made that way, if it's still safe over there. And I believe this is Wilkesville pulling in now. Yeah, this is Wilkesville. So we have an obnoxious amount of departments here. It's crazy. I love seeing everybody coming together. And if I'm not mistaken, right here in the Wilkesville vehicle, that is that's Janie. Or sorry, Emily Janie. Shiloh asked if anybody been hurt. I have no idea. I have not seen any ambulances since we've been here. So if I had to guess, nobody has been hurt at this time, but I don't know if they've made it fully into the McArthur Hotel. See, the McArthur Hotel's structural stability has been rough as it is. So I'm taking a guess that is a big fear of going into the building. But as far as I know, nobody has been injured, nobody's been hurt. I haven't seen a single ambulance yet. Now, if you look right here by the chimney, there is black smoke coming up from the side, which is an indication of active flames. There is a lot of smoke. Now, I'm not sure if the Vinton County CVB has said anything yet on this on their sites. They use the old McArthur Hotel as a primary meeting point for their board. I know a lot of people are probably going to be wondering how is this going to affect the reconstruction that they were about to start here at the hotel. And to be honest with you, I have no idea. It just depends on the amount of damage that occurs. It really just all depends. We don't really have too much information for you guys other than it might have started on the second floor. And you can actually see from the amount of water being poured in, it's pouring out the front of the stairs here. Looks like we have another tanker. Tanker 281 from, I cannot tell what township that is, but they are backing into to offload. There has been dozens and dozens of departments, vehicles. I mean, the amount of people that's coming here to try and fight this fire. Looks like we have Bloomfield Township just now pulling in as well. So far, there's at least 10 different townships here fighting this. And that's actually Harrison Township right there. And then we have Bloomfield right here getting ready to offload water as well into the reservoirs. Usually we have a full camera setup, but we're actually coming back from a dentist appointment. I do hear another siren. There is another truck coming around from Mom Marini's, and yet another fire engine coming up around the corner here. I'm going to try and get a little closer so you guys can hear me all right. It is Zaleski Township coming back with even more water. And there's a yellow engine right there. That might be another Hamden PD, or Hamden Fire Department. I'm not for sure. I'm trying to stay out of the way here the best I can. Now, I'm no longer seeing the black smoke on the edge, so they might have hit that, which is wonderful because that helps get rid of the active flame. Usually whenever you see a black smoke, it indicates active flame. But I'm no firefighter, don't take it from me, I'm just a guy commentating. But yes, definitely thank you to all the law enforcement, all the firefighters that came out here to fight. I mean, what you guys are doing is making a massive difference in the community, and seeing how fast everybody showed up, absolutely wonderful. Looks like we do have another media guy hiding over there. Not sure who he's with. So we used to do movie production, but we started doing live broadcasts more and more, and but McArthur is our home base. Any other questions?
I haven't looked it up. Rumor has it it's skirted in the basement.
So this is just a rumor, but supposedly it started in the basement, but I haven't seen any direct indication of that yet. Completely unsure on that. But that is, again, just a rumor so far. I do see J.C. Mullins just left the pizza shop. He's walking across the street towards the courthouse there. We've been going on for about 22 minutes now. Starting to see more white smoke. Completely unsure how much is going on there. This is bad, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's definitely rough. That's when you're supposed to know. I just received some private insight from one of the board members that the architect was actually supposed to come the 21st this month to evaluate the hotel to start the process of reconstruction. But we're unsure as to where this is going to put it now. Yep, so that is Hampden Fire Department pulling in right now. I'm going to try and cup the microphone a little bit best I can, start to pick up and wind a little bit. But we are currently broadcasting live from my personal Facebook, Stellar Films Facebook, and the Stellar Films YouTube channel. We'll make a post later with a bunch of pictures too, probably on our news page, stellarfilms.us/news, and you should be able to catch all of our photos here maybe in a few hours. Looks like Bud's One Stop is getting out some pizzas for some of these firefighters. So they are, it looks like they are taking some donation. If anybody wants to bring cases of water or anything that they think may help, you can't drive up this way, but I'm sure that one of the guys that are blocking the road off might be able to help you get them where you need them to be. There's a lot of guys out here fighting this fire. And it is currently maybe about 85, 86 degrees, so it's not too hot today. But it looks like we have just another engine coming in. And that is Colton Township coming in here. We've had a massive amount, so that's Colton, Athens, Jackson, Zaleski, Hampden.
There are 10 departments on scene right now. There's Athens, Jackson, Wellston, Hampden, McArthur, Zaleski, Wilkesville, Bloomfield, Colton. I think I'm missing one now. Now I count 9. 9 or 10 on scene right now. I don't know if I said Wellston. Wellston's here too.
Do I know you?
I don't know.
He does a lot of work in the county.
Dakota?
Yeah, I'm Bill.
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 What's your last name? I feel like I've met you before.
I have to recognize your face.
I know if you heard that, we're pushing about 10 different townships here from Bill. Now I do see a little bit of darker gray smoke out by the chimney on the right side of the building here. Looks like they're tackling, looks like they're hitting about the middle side, maybe a little bit towards J.C. Mullins' shop. Really hard to tell. Unfortunately, we don't have a drone available to get some shots up above. Maybe in the near future we'll get that situated, but hopefully this never happens again. As soon as we find out what caused the fire, we're going to be posting all the information on our website, stellarfilms.us/news. And that'll be later today. I'm sure they're going to do an investigation, figure out exactly what caused it, what the exact time was when it started, because we came in a little late. We were heading back from a dentist appointment, actually, so half my face is actually still numb. And we heard, hey, the hotel's on fire. I'm like, oh, okay, well, we got to pass through there anyways. Let's stop. So as far as I know, nobody has been hurt. Nobody has, well, that's pretty much it. Nobody's been hurt so far to my knowledge. And we're unclear what caused it. Rumor has it started in the basement, but I also heard that it started on the second floor of the building. There are loads and loads more coming in and out. As soon as they offload these trucks, the water reservoir, they're going to be pulling out of here, and then more are going to be coming in to drop off even more water. Now, there is an EMS on scene at the old sheriff's department. However, it doesn't look like they're attending to anybody, which is good news. They're just here on standby just in case. Making adjustments to the camera here. I'm not sure how much closer I can get. I'm not going to pass the... Yeah, I was just talking about that. Yeah, so there is still black smoke coming out from the chimney area, which is a direct indication of a live flame, in case nobody knows that. We've been going on for about 28 minutes now. Looks like we got Bloomfield coming back in again for their second or third round of dropping water. And as you can see, down the street here is absolutely flooding with smoke. You can't even see the other side of the road anymore. There's so much smoke pouring out the side of the building there. Which I'm going to move over a little bit just so we can try to see the entire side of the building. Second story is pouring smoke. It looks like we now have Scioto Township coming in here. So that is yet another department coming out here. Now I'm going to tell you what I am seeing here. I am seeing water. When they move the hose over to this corner of the building, I am seeing it come out of the windows. So if I had to guess, there is a lot of roof damage on this side. You can actually kind of see the water coming right out of there. And it looks like the engine over on Alright, they are busting out some glass from the windows from the pressure of the water. But it looks like the engine on the far side over in front of Mullins is now firing water up at the building. I have no status update for you guys on really how long this is going to be or how much damage there is. I do know roughly, this isn't for certain, but as far as I know, that nobody has been hurt yet, which is great news. There is EMS on standby just in case, so, and there's a massive crowd piling over by the courthouse and up the up Main Street here. Looks like Bloomfield and Scioto are starting to take off. Sorry, Scioto is backing into offload. This might be a different one here. My bad.
So the reasons they have these water tanks set up is because the Athens Fire Department can't connect to the main water. They can't connect to the main lines. The lines aren't strong enough to support that big, that much. So that's why they have them going to the opposite ends of town, filling their trucks with water, and then delivering it to pumping.
It picked you up. I'm alright. Okay, unless you want one. Looks like Jackson County is coming back in. It is crazy how many firefighters are here. Never seen so many in one place. Yeah, I just noticed that. And I will inform everybody, when I started this broadcast, my phone was at 80%. It's now at 50%. So unfortunately, there's going to be a certain point where it's going to cut off. But I'm going to cover as much as I can for you guys. The smoke is clearing up on the far side, which is great news. You can see the road again. For a minute there, it was absolutely pouring smoke. I mean, there's a bunch of debris from the roof you can see on the roadway. All them black chips and asphalt, I believe, that got washed off and onto the road. You can see loads of dark, whatever you want to call it, smut and ash on some of the windows on the upstairs there. We're completely unsure as to how much damage there actually is. I am going to move a little bit over this way, try and get a better angle on them with the water there. Again, we're broadcasting live from the Valero right here on the corner in Main Street and Market Street, McArthur, Ohio, where the old McArthur Hotel caught fire maybe an hour ago now. We're not sure what exactly caused it. There's rumors that it started on the second floor. There's rumors that it started in the basement. Regardless, there is going to be a lot of damage, which is really, really sad and unfortunate because the 27th this month, they were going to have somebody come out and survey or evaluate the place so they can start the reconstruction officially. So I'm not sure how much of a setback this is going to be on that side of things, but we'll know more later on. And from my understanding, somebody had mentioned, the reason that they have all these temporary tankers set up is Athens County cannot tap directly into these lines out here or something like that. So they are, I guess, dropping the water here so it can be used by a couple of hours. I don't know the full extent, or I might have misheard completely. Looks like another fire engine actually from the back side of town rolled in. I can't tell exactly. Oh, actually, I moved my overlay. Can't tell exactly what township that is back there. Harrison Township and Scioto Township are now taking off to go refill. I'm assuming they're going to be coming right back. Almost every one of them have so far. Or he's backing into offloaded this tank, which I believe that might be what he's doing. You can see the smoke has died down quite a bit. There is still dark smoke coming in from the closest corner here. Mr. Bill over here is moving up, so I might move up with him to try and get some footage. I'm not sure how close they're actually going to allow us to get, but I do see them offloading the water here, and I would love to actually get a shot on that without getting in the way here. So you can see these tanks are absolutely filled up. I'm going to try and get a little closer so you can hear me here. There's dozens of firefighters here, many of them local, and I actually went to school with a handful of them. Go ahead and wide out just a little bit, back up. It does look like there is still some smoke pouring in from this, or pouring out of the side of the building there. It's been going on for about 40 minutes now. At least our broadcast. The actual fire itself, I'm unsure when it started. But it had to have been very close though before we got here. Oh, this is an Athens County Tower number 6 sitting right here. I didn't even realize it was Athens. I was always told that white smoke was a good sign, so seeing all the lighter color smoke is great news. But if you see dark smoke, kind of like on this corner, it's a little dark, that is not a good sign. But I'm also no firefighter, so don't take my advice from me. Which I am now sitting right here on the corner, right here by Bud's One Stop Valero, right across the street from it. We now have a pretty decent front row view. I would love to get over on that right side of the building there, but I don't know if I can get around there. We do have the Vinton County EMA on scene running around. I think there's a couple of them. They actually have an EMA vehicle out here as well. You can kind of see on the sidewalks here, both sides of the building just covered in the debris now. Got Zaleski coming right back in here. You got McArthur PD and a couple of sheriffs actually sitting down blocking the roadway on the south side. So to give you a rough idea of what's happening here, all these engines are coming in, they're offloading water into these temporary water tanks. These water tanks are then pumping to each of these trucks and then straight out onto the building. They also have a couple of the fire hydrants hooked up to aid in the water. be wrong here, but it does look like they're shooting right on the corner above the Mullins Pizza Shop. Little news update, I just tried to take a drink and the right side of my mouth is still numb and kind of failed. Try to get a little bit of a better view on them loading up the tanker here. See, they're quite literally just backing up and dumping their tanks right into the reservoirs here. And then from there it goes out and is distributed amongst some of the trucks, as well as a couple of hand hoses. It looks like they're getting out over on that side of town. They have, it looks like they have hoses lined up going straight down the, I believe that is the west side, oh sorry, east side of Market Street. Just walk back over to the wide so you guys can see everything. How's it going? Looks like the Zaleski Fire Department tanker right here might be just about done offloading what they brought over just now. Definitely want to give a big shout out to all of the law enforcement and fire department and EMS that came out here, all the emergency response services. I mean, they got out here incredibly fast. The timing was magnificent. Nobody's been hurt as far as we know. EMS is on standby. Now I am starting to see some darker smoke coming up over the top there, so it's really hard to tell. The amount of donor pizzas too, I'm sure they're very grateful. If you look at the back of this fire engine here, they got loads of pizzas from Bud's. So definitely big thank you to Bud's One Stop.
Oh, it is not alcohol. No different than drinking a cheap bottle.
You can't even tell. Kind of get a nice little side view here. There's still smoke pouring out the upstairs. coming in. They're going to be coming down this closest side to me. And it looks like that is Colton. They are hitting this corner again by the chimney. Reminder, everyone that does not know, we are live here in McArthur, Ohio, across from the courthouse, right here by Bud's One Stop, the old Hotel McArthur. But it also could have started on the second story. We are very unsure on that. What we do know so far is that nobody's been hurt, to our knowledge, which is all wonderful news. Looks like a couple more of them are going in. The J.C. Mullins walking in there. There is another fire department actually back behind all this running hoses up to the fire engine that's up here. I believe what they're doing is just connecting their tanker directly into this fire engine so that he can keep the flow going. Still seeing smoke coming out from all over the top of the building. Really unclear as to what it looks like up there. I'm going to move off to the side just a little bit here so you can see a little bit more of the side of the building. It looks like they're spraying directly into the side, upper floor, far right side, maybe a little past the right side of the building too, above J.C. Mullins Pizza. And it looks like he's focusing his fire on the back side of the building here. This front corner, it appears, is putting out black smoke yet again, which means that there is still an active flame somewhere over in that corner, or it could be in that room, maybe underneath. It's really hard to determine. So really, the best course of action is just to keep soaking the place and hope that it can go down. Got a couple more fire engines over here getting ready to back in and offload. Got one of our local department signaling them where to go. This is actually is that Jefferson County? See, I see the Tasmanian Devil on it, and I believe I've seen them in the parade. Is this Jefferson? Madison and Jefferson Township is what it is. And then Hamden coming up right next to them as well, getting ready to offload even more water into the temporary tanks. Just the water. Going on 50 minutes now, almost a full hour out here broadcasting. I do see J.C. Mullins, and I believe that might be his son over behind all these guys heading back into the pizza shop. So just a little update, everybody. My phone battery is currently at 33%. So as soon as that gets low enough, I am going to have to cut the stream off, but we're going to be posting loads of pictures and stuff later for anybody that wants an update as to what's going on. And I might see if one of our team members will do a little bit of digging to find out the actual reason it happened. Looks like got Bloomfield coming right back in here. Second I said that, they busted the window out with the water pressure again. Over on the left side of the building here. You can actually kind of see all the water dripping through it, and you can still see the smoke coming up out of it. If you look over on this right side, this last window, there's still a handful of smoke coming up out of the corner of the room, it kind of looks like. Really uncertain though. Which, judging by from what I know of how the rooms are set up, I was in there recently, I got to see how it's all set up. I really hate to say it, but seeing how the hoses are getting into these rooms, I'd take a wild guess and say that there is a lot of roof damage and internal damage up on that second story at least. I have no knowledge of what's going on the first floor, but if I had to guess, this is going to be a really rough fix. Getting notified as well that my phone's internals are overheating extremely right now. I don't know if I can get over to the Mullins side, but you want to try jumping over there? We'll try to jump over to that side. I don't know how much longer we'll be out here, but I'm going to go ahead and I'll try to run over that way. Want to make sure that we stay out of their way when we go to cross. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll watch them leave and then we'll jump over, because it looks like there's 2 or 3 more tankers waiting to get in here. Jackson County is coming back with more. Scioto Township is right behind them over in the intersection there. Welcome in. And then as he backs in, I'm going to give it a second, make sure we're in the clear, and we're going to go. That way we get on this side of the coverage. So it is kind of hard to see, but it looks like a lot of the smoke has died down. I'm going to try and make it over to the courthouse side. There's a couple other news teams over there getting footage, it looks like, as well. But as soon as this fire engine moves over to unload, I'm going to jump over behind them, get on that side. Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any idea what caused it though? Yeah.
Best guess, we're not supposed to really even speculate.
Right.
Power went out in McArthur last night. I'm assuming whenever it kicked back on.
Yeah. We've got Harrison Township and Zaleski Township coming back in. And it looks like we got one of the local chiefs talking to us right now on the side here. But I am... I'm going to jump over to the other side of the street now that we're waiting here. Try and get a better view. You kind of see the front door there, as well as all the gear sitting out here. Supposedly the Telegram is out here too, trying to get some interviews. But the main thing I want to try to see is this right side of the building here, where they've been shooting, but you can absolutely see inside. You can see inside the building here. The paint peeled. I mean, there's a lot of fire damage on the upper floor, and I'm not one to speculate, but from the looks of it, it looks like the upstairs has collapsed into the downstairs on this side of the building. I see a bunch of debris, and I can see the water coming straight down through the floor, as well as some boards up against the window. So if I had to guess, parts of the building have collapsed on the inside. Now, it's not for certain, but McArthur had a big power outage last night that came back this morning. They got the power back on. So it's possible that when it came back on, it caused a surge somewhere in the building. But we're unsure, and we won't have a direct answer as to what happened anytime soon. What I can tell you, though, for certain is I am starting to see less smoke, which is a good sign in general. Scooch down this way just a little bit so we can try to see the side of the building without getting in the way of the other media guy that's out here. Yep, so if you actually look right here, I kind of see a rough bit of it. You can see clean through the roof looking up through the building. So if I had to guess, it's like that in multiple spots. As of right now, they have exactly 4 different hoses hitting the building, at least from what I can see right here. Yeah, Zaleski, Athens, Jackson, and McArthur, I believe, are all the towers that are currently firing. There is still some smoke coming from some of these corners, but judging by the lack of smoke, I'm going to take a guess and say we're actually getting right at the end of all of this, all the fire put out. I cannot say for certain though, you know, that's up for them to declare that, but judging by the looks of it, I mean, there's loads of damage. That floor is completely collapsed in on the first floor on this side of the building. And there's just a really tragic amount of damage, honestly. We're going on an hour and 2 minutes of this broadcast. There's other news sources just now coming in, getting interviews of people and different clips. Emergency management's out here as well, the EMA. And almost 12 different county fire departments, I believe, have come out here, along with all of McArthur PD and many of the sheriff's officers to help block off the roadway. There's even ODOT down here as well, blocking off the road to help out. And it does look like the chief of Colton is out here somewhere as well. Seeing less and less smoke, which is always a wonderful sign. Am seeing a little bit on the edges up there. However, from inside the building, I'm not seeing that much. Maybe on the furthest side that we can't see, there might be still some smoke being put off. But for the most part, it looks like they've got most of it taken care of. So right now we're sitting right across from the hotel and Mullins Pizza here on Route 50, right at the courthouse. And behind me is actually another news outlet with J.C. Mullins. So they did stop firing all the hoses. Now we're just going to, I think we're just waiting right now. I think they're looking to see if it's officially stopped. Looks like they are lowering the Jackson tower, and I believe that he is observing to see if there is any more active flames or what. So they are using a couple little, I don't remember what you call them, poke hooks, and they are lifting up some of the roofing to see if there's anything underneath. Now you can kind of see there is smoke coming up out. They are starting to clear up some of the extra hoses here, looks like, as well. Just so everybody is aware, my phone is at 16% now. The heat and the bad battery in my phone are just eating it up here. But thankfully we were able to inform everybody through most of this. You can see they are spraying more into the side of the building here. That was almost, that almost got me. See that another one of the towers is leaning in over on this side, or on the other side of the building over here, to help spray down on the sides of the building here. Specifically up by, I want to say, the edges of the roof. I've noticed there's a lot of smoke that's still coming out. If I had to guess, it's right underneath all the tiling that's left over, which is what he was pulling up a bit of before he started spraying again. I do have to say, out of slightly comedic relief, that I need a Tylenol. Literally, I came here straight from, Lex and I both came here straight from my dentist appointment this morning, and I just had a couple of fillings done, and man, it is getting sore now that the numbness is wearing off. I don't see anybody out here from the Vinton County Visitors Bureau, or Visitors and Convention Bureau. I'm sure they're probably here somewhere. But I'll see if I can collect some thoughts on that later today. does look like they have a cleanup team just now getting out here on the opposite side, backing in. I believe they're here for the cleanup. Help secure the roadway again. Get rid of all the debris. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna have to wrap things up here. Unfortunately, our stream is about to go down once my phone dies here, but again, this is here live from McArthur, Ohio, across from the courthouse, across from Mullins Pizza, right here, the old McArthur Hotel caught fire sometime this morning. There's multiple speculations, one of which could have been the power outage coming back on late last night, could have sparked something inside. It's speculation that it started in the basement or that it started on the second story. What I can tell you so far is, from my knowledge, nobody has been hurt, which is great. EMS is on scene though. This has brought together maybe 11 or 12 different county fire departments out here. So thank you all of the law enforcement and all of the fire department. EMS came out to help take care of this. Damage, I'm completely unaware of how severe it is. I can tell you right now that it looks like a couple of the rooms have collapsed into the first floor. And the roof is practically ate up. At least from right here, you can see the sky. If you're looking up in the window, it's kind of hard to tell from the camera here, but lots of damage. And I'm sure everybody's asking the question, how is this going to affect the rebuild? And I mean, truthfully, I really don't know. But lots of debris, lots of people. It looks like the fire is pretty much done. I mean, I believe they got most of it. For the most part right now, it looks like they're just kind of reassuring and wet and everything else. I mean, there's still a little bit of smoke coming up, but I haven't seen any dark smoke, which, a reminder, I'm no expert, but dark smoke is what you need to really worry about. That is an indication of an active flame or an open flame. Now, all the gray smoke could be steam, just roll off, and what's left over of stuff that was burning. But as of right now, I don't see any more black or dark smoke. So, again, I'm being informed to come over to this side before I end it off here. I was just being informed to come over to get a drink. But other than that, thank you everybody for tuning in, share it around. Again, as far as I know, nobody was hurt. That's a wonderful thing. At least 11 or 12 different departments came in here. Some of the floors did collapse into the first floor, and that's really all I know. It could have started sometime in the morning, or this early afternoon, I should say. It could have been from the power outage last night. We really don't know, and we probably won't know for a while. But my name is Dakota Dunn. I am the executive producer and CEO of Stellar Films. And this was, well, random broadcast. Oh, you're okay. Just kind of watching the aftermath for another minute. Looks like they received even more donor snacks. So whoever's donating, definitely a big shout out to you. Thank you. I'm sure they all appreciate it out here. Oh, just ripped down some of the concrete tiling from the side there. Sorry, brickwork. Which I guess, realistically speaking, we're kind of in a rough spot to be sitting. There's debris starting to fly everywhere. But there's a bunch of other people here. Another news outlet. JC Mullins isn't too far behind me. I'm watching. That poor mailbox just took a big hit from those bricks. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my phone is about to die, so I'm going to have to end it here. Again, my name is Dakota Dunn with Stellar Films Motion Pictures. I'm the executive producer and CEO of the company. We got a lot of stuff going on, and one of the things we got going on is live broadcast as soon as we can for you. But thanks for watching, and we'll have an update on the Stellar Films website, stellarfilms.us/news later today.